Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I am a little late for our energy reading for the week. It is Monday evening. I just got off a bunch of Zoom calls with some beautiful clients who I love so much. I'm sending you all so much love if you're watching. But we're going to see what the energy is for this week. I was also watching a video earlier today about the Schumann resonance and how it was wild yesterday. So if you are at all interested in energy and frequency and our planet and when the energy changes on our planet, you need to go check this out. Yesterday, it was like a completely, like they have it kind of mapped out. It almost looks like a thermogram. You can see like the temperature, and it was like all green, and normally it's like green lines straight across, but yesterday it was like a geometric pattern, which was kind of spiritual too. The throat chakra's going a little nuts. So I was so intrigued by it. I know nothing about all of that stuff, so I was kind of like interested in learning about it. So after I film this, I'm gonna watch that video entirely because I want to learn about it, because then it can help us not feel so crazy, or when our emotions are kind of weird one day, it could be because the energy on the planet is different that day. So the new moon was also on Saturday. A lot of people are feeling a surge to kind of create something new or to do something new. There's a lot of twin flame energy roaming around right now. Lots of twins are coming back together. Lots of my clients are experiencing dreams of their twins. And I feel called to share this because a lot of people are confused about soulmates and twin flames and trying to understand it all. And I I like labels, but I don't like to get too sucked into it. And my mentor once taught me that we all are on this beautiful tree of life. And I am one little branch, and I might have 6 different branches that are branching off of my branch, which are all the men and women that I'm going to connect with in my lifetime intimately. And some people might have one branch. You know, those people you hear they get married and they're married for like 50 years and they didn't even have a boyfriend or girlfriend before they got married. So everybody's soul path is so different. You don't know what your branch holds. And if we get so fixated on our life needing to look like somebody else's, or we think it's one person that we're supposed to end up with for the rest of our lives, you know, that might not be your path. There are plenty of people that have transitioned out of this lifetime and they've never been married. Or maybe they were 35 years old and ended up passing away so soon. There's so much going on nowadays. And it's always been going on, but we never know what our path is going to be like. So I don't like to rope people into the concept of soulmates and twin flames because it's not for every soul. And people that claim to be in soulmate relationships and twin flame connections, you know, I don't even want to say the word claim because it's their experience. If they feel joy in that partnership, if it feels like home to them, then that's what it feels like for them. We're not the ones to judge it. We're not the ones to sit there and say, oh, they're not going to last, or oh, they are going to last. If, you know, their soulmate connection might last 15 years, and then they're guided to go with a twin flame where it's challenging and it's really, they're here to do a mission together and they're here to grow and they're here to evolve their souls. But for the beginning phases of their life, they were meant to be with a soulmate. So everybody is so different. So please don't get so fixated on you have to be with your twin flame or you have to be with a soulmate. Yeah, I used to, about 5 years ago, I was really locked into the twin flame concept. I had read about it and I felt full body chills. I was like, this feels right for me. I feel like I'm a twin flame. And here I am, what, 5, 6 years later, and still single. And, you know, lots of different people have come into my life who have felt like a twin or like a soulmate, and they didn't stick and they're not here. And I had to be okay with that. And that was such a great learning lesson to be like, okay, Michelle, you can date so many different people and not feel so attached. You can let them go. And you can say, like, now when I date people, I'm so free with it. I'm kind of like, oh, here goes another one. See ya. Whether it's me leaving or them leaving, I know they come into my life for either a long-term lesson or a short-term lesson. But I also know that I have a ton of trauma around love. And to me, love is painful because of my childhood. Love equals abuse. Love equals getting physically hit. Love equals no text messages, no checking in on me. So that's how my conditioning and my patterning, is that even the right word? Patterning, my programming, that's what I've been thinking love was. So to me, all of that doesn't feel good, but yet I'm drawn to it because it's a pattern. And I'm trying to unlearn that. I'm trying to heal that. And then when my daughter passed away, this is all going to make sense in our reading today, I'm sure. So hang with me. And you can skip forward if you don't want to listen. But when my daughter passed away, that was a huge moment in my life that I did not know was going to create such a ripple effect in my ability to be in intimate partnerships. The last few healing sessions I've had, I was on the massage table convulsing, crying so much that my body was bouncing because I'm terrified to get close to somebody, to let them in, to love them, because I don't want to experience that pain of losing my daughter and losing my dad ever again. But yet I know it's part of my mission. It's part of why we're here. We're here to feel love and to lose it and to experience all the joy and the bliss. But I'm trying to move through my fear of dating and opening myself up to somebody who might be really, really amazing. But what if I'm pushing it away because I am terrified? Literally, my body screams, my teeth chatter, my legs shake. It is a feeling I can't even put into words what my body experiences. And my mentor and I both think it's because of my loss of my daughter. We think that it lives so deeply in my nervous system that I'm terrified to feel that ongoing pain. Like it's 11 years now, and my nervous system has just, it's been through a lot. And I'm scared to dip my foot in that pond again. So I tend to attract people who are unavailable or who are, live really far away, or they're just impossible to date. And that keeps me safe. It keeps my feet out of the pond, and then I don't have to feel that pain. So I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to open myself up to dating apps and all that jazz. So we're moving forward. So if anybody out there is struggling with a fear of love, a fear of intimacy, a fear of abandonment, I took a fear course over the summer, and I highly recommend it. I'll link it below. But it definitely helps you uncover, what the root is and how to like transform it and how to alchemize it. It's called Fear Alchemy. The course is amazing. My friend Ben created it. I thought a card just flipped over. But anyway, fear is real and it can really keep you stunted in life, and I'm working on it. I know that it's kept me out of relationships for a really long period of time, but I didn't always know what the root was until this year. Now that I uncovered it, I can kind of slowly dip my foot in the pond and choose better for myself and go with love that feels completely different than what I was used to. An invitation is coming soon. Okay. We are going to be getting an invitation. Wonder what that could be. Next one that just flipped, feel good to attract good. So putting your vibration, putting your vibrational work at the top of your list each day. You're always going to be taking care of your energy. This one kind of flipped. Go into your cave. Let's get some tarot on these three. So we have an invitation is coming soon. Feel good to attract good. Dream job is on the way, which is at the bottom of the deck. So we're going to take that one. Go into your cave. So I think it's go into your cave, feel really good while you're in there, take care of yourself, take care of your nervous system, and be ready because some sort of invitation is coming, and it's going to be all about your dream job. Okay, so we're going to use Rider-Waite Tarot or Tarot. I just saw 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is abundance galore. Okay, 5 of Wands. This is trying to figure out the game, trying to figure out the struggle. You feel like you've been going through, like this is all of your fear. Each wand represents a different fear that you've been battling. You've been trying to break through leaving your job. You're trying to break through maybe starting that relationship, putting yourself out there, breaking through your fear of money, or a fear of like the lack of money, not having enough, fear being abandoned. I was on a call today with a client and she started to really feel sick to her stomach at the thought of possibly reaching out to somebody and being rejected. It was visceral. She literally was feeling it on the Zoom with me. I had her sit back in her chair, close her eyes, and we were trying to figure out like where that comes from. What is the root of why she fears being rejected so badly, or where she was rejected so poorly in her past that she doesn't even want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, which is kind of similar to me with my loss. That would be the root of my fear of abandonment. People will leave me. I will love somebody and then when I will lose it. So it could be a fear of love too, but her fear came through pretty strongly today, but we worked through it and she was really proud of herself. And now she knows what that feels like. So now she's going to have more compassion for other people who have fear in her life. And she's going to understand that it's not easy. That sick to your stomach feeling is something that is showing you where you're not free. And we have to move towards it and we have to work on it and unpack it and figure out what's the root and how can we transmute it. So figuring it out is this card. You're figuring out what's been holding you back. What has been blocking you from getting to your desires? Lots of people have fear of success, fear of failure, fear of money. All right, why do we need to go into our cave, Spirit? Why do we need to go into our cave? I just heard because we need to heal. King of Wands, spicy, I like it. So King of Wands is all about somebody who is super jazzed up and excited about you sexually. Literally a wand. So I think maybe when somebody sees you moving through your fear and they see you doing hard things, it's really attractive. Somebody's really turned on by you. They see you fighting these. Oh, I just heard something that's really beautiful. Okay. Somebody is really attracted to you because they see and they understand your pain now. They're looking at you maybe before they didn't see all that you'd been through. Kind of like my client. Now she has more compassion for other people who struggle with fear because she finally feels it herself. Where in the past she would have said, I don't really know if I fear anything. But on the call, she found out what she fears. So this person is seeing all the struggles that you've been through, and they're turned on by the fact that you've managed it all. You've endured it all. You've been through so much and you're still standing. And they're just like, holy cow, this woman or man is amazing. Maybe somebody's in their cave thinking that about you. Maybe they've secluded and cut off communication because they're observing you and maybe watching you online. Temperance. To me, I see Temperance and the Star card as kind of like a balancing, a healing energy. I also just heard two people are going to be filling up each other's cups. So you know how to fill up your own cup. You've done your healing, you've done your battling, you're moving through your fear, and now you're going to be able to share that cup with somebody else. You're going to be able to talk about your fears together. You're going to be able to move through your fear together. It's going to be this equal give and take, kind of like the Six of Pentacles, which I wonder if that will come up next. But it's a healing card. Ooh, we have the Death card. This is total rebirth. Somebody's going through a complete rebirth. The old version of who they are is falling away. Those old beliefs, those old fears, they're no longer holding you back. So you understanding that little boy or girl who was rejected, abandoned, or for me, the time period in my life where I lost my daughter, the Michelle who experienced that is not always going to be running the show in this body. Because if she was running the show, she would be living in fear. She would not be talking about it. She would not be putting out content every single day, trying to spread the message that you can get through something tough too. So that version of me had to die in order for me to be the person I am on YouTube. So the old me, if I didn't face my fears and if I didn't follow them, I would have stayed teaching at the job I was teaching at. I would have only talked about my daughter in the classroom. I wouldn't have tried to share her bigger. I wouldn't have started doing intuitive reading. So where in your life are you still doing the things that you know you probably should move away from? You're feeling called for something more and you're not quite sure what that is, but that older version of you is going to fall away soon. And we're living in a time now where I don't think we can hide from our next steps. I think the universe is going to slam us down and it's going to say, you need to make this decision or else, or it's going to do it for you. This is also the number 13 card, which represents my daughter. And no, that's not morbid because it's the death card and my daughter passed. There's no connection there, but 13 is a very, very spiritual number. It's all about a sweet ending to a new beginning. So it's transformation. Okay, and I just saw Ace of Wands at the bottom, a new beginning, a new creative outlet, something God is bringing you, this new passionate project. Let's get an animal card on that. Actually, we're going to do Ever Unfolding Heart. This was the first deck that I created. It's got some animals in it. It's got some spirit messages. What is the Ace of Wands about, Spirit? Tell us what that's about. Thank you. Okay, a celebration is coming soon. New partnership, marriage, pregnancy, moving, an opportunity, promotion. You are worthy of this abundant time. Soak in the deliciousness. And then we have Dolphin. You are a healer. You are here to help the planet. It is crucial for you to be in your joy as often as you can. Your light heals. And the dolphin always means a blessing is on the way. So, and that usually means like a pregnancy or money or a gift in some way. So we got a celebration is coming and the dolphin card. So a celebration and a blessing. An invitation, a celebration, a blessing, lots of good stuff this week. I also just heard somebody's going to be apologizing. Let's see who that is. Who is going to be apologizing, Spirit? Wow. Somebody is coming out of their devil energy. They're coming out of addictions. They're not being lured by the karmic energy anymore. The karmic energy is lust, greed, porn, food addictions, alcohol, vaping, marijuana. You can see this person stuck in their head down here. And the devil's saying, come with me. Keep doing these addictions. Keep living your life in this way. And you're going to stay on this loop of always battling and never winning. I read a book once, I think it was a couple months ago, and they were talking about how the way the new earth, the way we're moving and we're, I don't know the right word, we're shifting into the new earth. We're shifting into the 4D, 5D energy, things that no longer resonate with us. We literally can't do. There's certain foods we can't put in our bodies. And there's certain people who hold immense amounts of fear. They live in this energy. They watch the news all day long. They're doing toxic things in their body. They're just unhealthy. And they're saying that a lot of those people are transitioning early out of their bodies to then jump into new bodies to help our planet shift. So if there are people who are abruptly passing in your reality, in your life, in your community, just know that their soul is choosing to leave at this time to then come back into another body to help us keep moving forward. But their lessons were not being learned in that current reality where they are right now. And their soul is saying, we have to exit so that we can come back and be better. Because in this body, they're not making the change. And sometimes health conditions can happen quickly, abruptly, and they transition very quickly. And it's because their fear what they hold in their body is not balancing out our planet. If you think about, you know, 1 million people over here who are light workers doing their thing, they're spreading good energy, they're very bright, right? And then we have this whole other side of the seesaw that is filled with fear. And the souls that know they're meant for more and they're not taking action in this lifetime, they're falling off that seesaw because they have to level it out. We have to make the light win. So people that are holding a lot of fear, they're living in addictions, they're not doing their mission, they're feeling held up by their fear, and their soul is saying, all right, this character, this personality is not making the change, so we're going to transition. We're going to abort the mission in some way, whether it's an accident, whether it's cancer, or whatever that soul's path is meant, whatever their path is, has for them. This is all from the book that I read. I forgot what the name of the book is. But they're falling off of that seesaw to balance out the scales. And then they're coming back in bodies where they're going to be on this side, so that the light can rise and we can change our planet and we can raise the vibration and the frequency and start living in this new world where there's not as, I want to say, where there's no greed and there's no like terrible things that people do to children, and there's terrible things that people do to each other, murder, like everything. We're going to be living in a world where that part of the world is going to get smaller and the light is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. At least that's what I'm manifesting. And I think it's all about whatever we can manifest. And that's why I started my channel, because I have that visual of half the world is here, half the world is here in fear, half the world is in love. And obviously it's not split 50-50. It's a total imbalance right now. The fear is somewhat winning. But the more people we can get to awaken and move to the light, the more we can transform our planet, which is what I believe all of us light workers jumped into these bodies to do during this time. We are trying to prevent the same things that have happened in the past during times in Atlantis, Lemuria, oh my God, I can't even say it, Lemuria. Yeah, excuse me for my mess up there, but I'm saying it in my head because I'm like, I got to get it right. Lemuria. There we go. Lemuria, Lemurians. And I definitely resonate with that. They're very, very much so connected to water. So if you feel like you're somebody who loves to be in water, you might have lived back then during that time. And we all know about the fall of Atlantis. So we're trying to prevent this type of same destruction, where either Mother Earth takes over and starts destructing everything to get rid of this group of energy over here so that we can start all over in a way. I hope not, but I don't want to experience that. But anyway, long story short, we have to, if you have people that are transitioning in your life, their soul might be being called to come back in a different body to do the work that they're really meant to do. And if it's somebody who's a light worker and they're amazing and their soul chooses to transition for some reason, we have to know that there's a reason for that. They might be needing to come back at a certain age to then help us move forward when things start to really, really shift. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups, which is another invitation card. This is a text message. This is an email. It's some sort of idea coming in, an invitation. And remember, somebody's moving out of this energy. And if you're not going to move out, sometimes the universe takes control and moves you out. Whether that's moves you out of a marriage, moves you out of a job. If you're meant to get on mission, the universe is going to make it happen. Okay, now we're going to finish off this reading with an animal card. Sorry, I just went on that long rant about some heavy topics, but it's needed. We need to hear it. We need to know what's going on in our world. Nightingale. Okay, communication again. This whole week, there's going to be a lot of communication, invitations, offerings. You're going to be hearing of celebrations, twin flames coming together, soulmates coming together, people getting that dream job that they always wanted. The nightingale represents fast communication. Somebody that's speaking their truth, they're singing their song, they're like, I'm here, I want to do this, let's go. Last one. Peacock. Shine your light. I always think of that when I see this card. Somebody is showing off their feathers. They are not afraid to be who they are. They're finally going to be putting themselves out there. They're not afraid of being different. And if you have that fear, right? Like my client fearing putting themselves out there and getting rejected, that's what we need to move through. That's what you're battling. The Five of Wands. So you're battling that. You're moving through the fear. You're moving with the fear. You're learning that it's here for you. And whatever you fear doing is what you need to go towards. Always remember that. The thing you fear is the thing you're being called to move towards. And if you need support, you can book a session with me because it is not easy to face something where you just feel terrified to do it. And you're like, how do I do it? But I know I need to do it, but I don't know how. And we really have to get to the root of why you feel that way in the first place. Like for me, it was losing my daughter. That's the root of why I'm scared of really letting somebody get close to me. I immediately want to say, nope, I'm going to hurt you. You don't want to date me. No. I like my time alone. I'll come up with all the different excuses. So we have to get to the root of why you might be coming up with all of your excuses to hide and to run. But remember, it is time to shine your light, to speak your truth, welcome in that communication. And I'm not going to say embrace your fear. You know, it's super easy. You can do it. It's not. So just know that you're allowed to feel what you're feeling and just be super, super kind to yourself this week. But somebody's getting a lot of good news, excitement, dream job, an invitation, feel good to attract good, celebration, a marriage, pregnancy, moving, and there's a blessing on the way, the dolphin. All right, lovies, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the delay, but I kind of like doing it at night in this vibe, so maybe I'll do this a little bit more often. All right, sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. All right, lovies, peace out.